glad to be here to deal with an important matter. But I'm not so glad, I'm sad, because such a problem still persists after the efforts we made in the Ga-Dangme Council and elsewhere to resolve this land problem and other problems afflicting the Ga people. Accra, the Ga area, is the only area where if you steal somebody's land and build on it and get land guards to do it very quickly to a certain level, and you go to court, and it's established that the land belongs to you, you are more or less compelled to sell the land to the one who has stolen it. Therefore, land guards have instituted, and they see to it that even if the owner comes, he uses cutlasses and things to drive you away. And when they have got far, you go to court and get a legal title. It's an iniquitous law. Ga-Dangme has been fighting against it for years. We've been to parliament elsewhere. Interestingly enough, the law which established it applied to all the country. But the minister was requested to start with the Ga area, Greater Accra. And so far it's not been extended elsewhere. Apart from that, we have been fighting against numerous instances of lands taken without due legal process. And right now, you find land taken for airport is now being used for hotels and other things. And what is worse, all the money is going to individuals instead of to the Ga people or even to the state. This is a sad development. So, when Ga-Dangme heard of this development about Marine Drive, they did inform some of us who were not strong enough or able enough to be involved in all that they did. But they've done a lot of work. You may ask, why did they wait until this time? The fact is that if they don't act, then the time for submission of comments will be passed. And in any case, this is a good time to act. We are all very involved with politics, the government, and so on. And it's a good thing to pause a little and think about other issues which affect the ordinary people of Ghana. So I don't think we owe any apology to anybody for raising this question at this time. And it is a question which should be answered by the incoming government, because we have up to January, I think, to submit the claims. We are asking that it should be moved to June to enable us to react properly to this. So that's the major aim of this petition, and that is why we are doing it at this, what some may think is a late hour. Now, we have the petition in writing, and the press have copies. You who are assembled here would like to know mainly why we are assembled here. So I'll read the first paragraph only for you to know why we are here. This is a petition addressed to His Excellency Mr. John Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Flagstaff House. As you've been told, a copy was presented this morning. And this is how it begins. We, Ga-Dangme Council, Ga-Dangme Muslim Council, Global Alliance of Ga-Dangme Organizations, and the signatories listed in the attachment are writing to petition the government of Ghana, that is the government, and Parliament against government's announcement via executive instrument number 59 EI, that is EI 59, of the compulsory acquisition and intended use of approximately 98.356 hectares of public lands for the Marine Drive Tourism Development Investment Project, we respectfully request that the government consider and act on the following. 1. Extend the deadline of the notice for submission of claims as specified in EI 59, State Lands, Accra, Site for Marine Drive Investment Project Instrument, to June 30th, 2017. That is the main, our main request for today. We have other proposals which we have described in the memorandum. I do not think it is, you can read it because there are copies available. But the main thing is that we want the notice to be extended to June. And more importantly, we are not happy with this compulsory acquisition. We know that some of our leaders, maybe even chiefs and others, have been approached and have given their acquiescence. Now, I support, when I say I, because I've seen more of such acts than most of you here. And the reason why we are in this state, our present state in Accra, is the inability of our leaders to act appropriately when things go wrong. Right now, as you've been told, the majority of the people in this area are not Gans. Worse still, the Gans are under great stress. They own the land, but now they sleep in the former bathrooms and so on. This is not a story, it's true. Go to many houses. I organized a party some time ago, and I went from house to house pleading. When I went to the house, I knew some of these well-known houses. I go to the what I thought was the main house, and only foreigners were there, non-Gans. And then when I asked, where is the landlord, they point to the bathroom area. He has arranged a bathroom, and that's where he lives. Now, these are things which you may think is nothing, but some of us who have seen a little bit say it's dangerous. Because if government does not listen, even if our people do not act, sooner or later, the young men will react. Now we don't do history in schools. But those of you who have a little knowledge of what is happening in other countries have heard of, say, the Irish problem. Ask any Irishman what it is all about. He won't know. But they know that the English did something bad to them, and they are retaliating. And they go on burning houses and doing things like that. I'm afraid if we don't act, it will come to this country. Because the young men, sooner or later, will get up. And they won't know what has happened, but they will try to get rid of what they call to be foreigners. And me, for example, I always say, my great-grandson would have organized a small niche somewhere. And when they go to their meetings, they say, this man here is called Asante, he's Asante, so let's go and burn his house. You don't want that sort of thing to happen in Accra. It's not civilized. So we should do the right thing. You can only avoid civil unrest if you do the right thing now. So we are asking that the Marine Drive project be not rushed through. We should have more time to wait. We have made some other suggestions as to how it should be organized. But I would like you to read it, and if you have any questions, if we can't answer all of them here, Ga-Dangme Council is always at your disposal, and they are seized of the matter. There will be meetings now and again to discuss this problem, so you have a chance to let your views know. But all we are saying is that this compulsory acquisition is against the interests of the Ga people. And all Ghanaians, not only Ghanaians, who believe in equity, in truth, in the rule of law, in justice, should ask that we hasten slowly in acquiring this Marine Drive site compulsory by government. I thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much.
For the indigenous of the land to develop it in conformity with the general plan by the way we want it. Do you was here? Do you attempt number 4? I believe we can include local content, culture, images, and symbols in the proposed tourism project. Community center maje amanye kwebone fail Kenya me fe kumekenshi. Chinese to eba e lay history. Wala mojije afanke alu afanke a consult wole. So we are saying that the project must be scaled back on the acreage and develop the remaining areas for the indigenous people also, Ga people, and all people living in the area at large. Like we said earlier, there are a lot of people who are non-Gans, but they are with us, like brothers and sisters. So it's not only something for Gans alone, but everybody stay in that stretch of land here. Consult and liaise with a committee comprising representatives of the Ga, Wusu, and Jamestown traditional areas. Akashi Traditional Council. So I can mainly Ga-Dangme organizations, community leaders, Ulome, Wafiri, Watashi, Mona Pujete, Hineya, Utai Kodi, Yamanjaguna, Kakekwa Woyeno, Chuangbu, Kakada, Mokono, Ulinia, Sako Nole, Aka Chunena Maje, Keko your tribe, Asho Nulu. Last but not the least, the most important thing, Ga-Dangme Development Trust Fund. On Pamela FI, government should consider as a priority to institutionalize a 30% equity in all private developments on public lands acquired in the Ga and Dangme traditional areas to a Ga Development Trust Fund. And the money and the funds accrued by the trust will be used for development, education, promotion of Ga-Dangme culture and heritage, including the welfare of the chiefs. She can't baba me. Sake Gamanche, in your time, is this bit. Hold on. Sorry. Nichasa here, Nishu Yuba. Gamanche price of what you are Gano. Sake on your coma. Sako Sumanchaneko. Sake Besi Manchaneko. Manchabo na bonde kanche na Gano yo. Sake o manuko. Shika maje fi anyi kwe mancheme fe ni kape ku ba che ni tumoni amra ofo ni kake director jibo oye ni unaccountable interest fo ni kanyo gbele shika kwe mancheme fe kape ni awa menyum je nyum shi ntwo mancho na ka mpianse an inse ne wonu akachi Ga department ye wini ba ato anga ya ka na me aka se Ga je video Kama BP na mbanya mea shishikana pa wengo na trust and education from the banchu ne kwa o FMP sessions we ba menye you organ bi ene trust and establish e we FM e fan dey sumo na nu okebua oketo oni bi ayi e wasan GAP ni ken trust ne amla fu ba clean no e ba to enjoy ba ni Ga-Dangme ba yen show. Well, Trishi Jakashi, another way bo toy in sanine ko mam here na o je loko bi yoshi shi loko bulu ni loko aka chi mo gbe ni ko bo chu go ye kana be fi what is she je gidigidi je mo she before ke issues what do you know okay you could need the competition of in na no sign man sabi ke Ghana bi ne sign call kan there one na over 600 signatories o high ipa kese e sign petition workati government eje Ghana na hu na sign what take we asante sign onyemi ko won pa comfort later sign Jesse VCRC crab sign most Reverend Charles Pambako sign wonyemi no Professor Crossland eje Jamestown sign wo lawyer Bata Kute sign Professor Tuko Kan sign Professor Blade Grover sign wonyenu JE Alotipa ko ebi ele sign Professor Nindoy Dowuna le sign mempi sign hena sign sign wo hwe ko sani comedy akashi ene ba she atwe ni oya ha wo ochimba ne afonchiki ochiki ese amla lo ba ta no wo hwe ni jake sign ne afi isande ni ga ni wo mo ko eshi fiwe wo wo no wo ya hie twa o manya bra ho
engona wa ake wo nyale blo 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 Shenye me Ga-Dangme bi no ni maka nye di nye ha hina che naka mingbla mo ye ni bi ani ka mingbla mo e ba sani wo digbe wo hingba ni heni ashe sani wo mo block ukome no akaji wo kwa na hi ka wo kwa na hi e na ba chi wo na ka wa we e ba fi ahunto nye se kwa comedian ko fe advert ko ni ewie no ko ni inani nche aje klu ni ka aje klu gbeke na eje game ne ka le hu ena ni ka woka fuida comedian ko ke advert ke se wo pe asase a memo wa ko gamanche oh maba ibe wa amadu e ke se wo pe asase a memo wa ko gamanche no mo wa asase won punu Benya na koni be mo yo. Aja game complete. Ni hena she to wa fe komi e kome fe mo won badu mo se bi e. To wonye wo mo broku kome no o ke takan sane no jogba. Be no ele wo ba fe ahun ne ba to. E ja ke government dey nti onye o ke government a try cock le twa ewa. Ona ni agbede hu e wo si poti a cheme ti wo. No wa mene wo sane ni bi ayale ni emi to ake fi o le twa ni wo bi e kan fefe ni bi e je na mo ame na me dan ma fi o fi no ji owo de no ji owo de no ni awo ti ase no wo tra ase odo ba me ni ba ase odu kwa ase oduku me ni ke ni ne mi pa ni fa wa mi pa ni fa inye me ke nteme ni awo mo ablock ko me no ba wo ye kuni ye no ni mi nu wo ye ne mo fe mo ni ke spoon le no ni kra de nche e na tui me na ka di afa be ni me ne ke mi no no da ne government take na gbeye wo because wonye wana wo royalties ye lumo ye ri he kome e ja ke anu eje ni na anu eje me royalty ni sana ha bo e court aba ke na mo ake ha nye na sane no kenye fe wo fe kome ani wo royalties e won de share no ni a che me ji wo mi to ni nye me Ga-Dangme bi fe nye la ke wo ye poto mi ona Kako de here mona hele na kele te nyo yeli mi ni apon hele jo de so wa blood de ji wo e wo ko nye pe ta flat ni ko mo no wo bi hin ke wo bi ya me nya ametu e ja ka blood de ji wo ona no na ka wa blood de gbe here won mehe ni san wo ko jo ba no e wo se ko e bi ke na bi ni baba ame ba gba wo na twa o nya
she what I be a year of she kept going along Ga-Dangme be a queer or friend or trashy or friend of personal interest. Any honey will come in work with him or one. The fear in our fear, but what you say, the wife she ina ke Ashanti menjewo ina ka Hausa menjewo ina ke tribe kukura menjewo ne kewo wo fe ko mo di ba mo bo wo etu shino bana ke beni atashi na ba fe ne yanu beni bana party san le baje mi beni bana mo ko yo ko mo le la ke papa je die no na wa ke budget gan alo le ko kwa jemfe always strangers come fita boku mai ameno fishiambi ni boku ni pa mi chef to mo gani wo yo ni jo keke jo to mo ni go party ko ma mi ke wo fe ko mi no fi anu de what as wo you TV no alo ba fi press conference ya o tumba mo ka chon e fi ane ba chon government e ba chon wo fe choko mi wo ba pikin chef to mo pe o Ga-Dangme Muslim Council September 21st abajere pro independence ke o ko TV mi wana de wo shibo wo se wo Muslims yo shi ina kwa ime kan che kwa ime ke wo hime fe won che me wo lo mo che me fe wo cha me wo mi aja ke o fe no no shi ba shi na ba o pa wo na ke je le no no 5 city ko je ko iba na ke bo ba na me ke me ni na no le a fe no ko ne ke yo ko ba ba